So the build here is going to be using Solar subclass. We have double hands on so that our melees are giving us super energy a lot back on kills. Radiant's going to be refreshing our melee as long as we kill the target. Powerful Friends is going to be giving our teammates charges with armor by picking up orbs. Focusing Strike, bolstering detonation. That means our melee and our nade is going to be giving us class ability energy back, as well as our melees are going to be making orbs of power for us as a team. Double charged up, so we get 2 extra charges for our armor charge mods. Invigoration and recuperation, so that we're getting melee energy back and healing on orb pickup. Use whatever weapon surge you want that matches the DPS that you're doing the most of. Double bomber, so that you can reduce your grenade cooldown when using your class ability. It's going to be pretty good for looping, as well as utility kickstart, so that when we do use it, we're going to get some of it back to help fix that loop, make it a little quicker. Now, the only thing I can say about your artifact is if you use Solar Surge, collecting a Fire Sprite gives you an armor charge. That's going to help out a lot with looping this as well, so that you have more armor charges by doing pretty much nothing besides picking these up. So we're using Blade Barrage for some quick burst damage, and then we're going to be using Triple Knives because they apply the most Scorch, therefore giving us the most back for this build. And obviously Trip Mines because we're using Young Ahamkara Spine. So for fragments, I am running Ember of Eruptions so that we have bigger AoE on the explosion. So when we're not using it on bosses, it helps a lot with ad control and getting back the nade. Ember of Combustion, Final Blows to Solar Super causes targets to ignite and create fire sprites. This is just another way to get more energy back as well as more fire sprites, which is going to keep us alive more often because picking up those fire sprites are going to heal us. Also, I used it to top out my strength to 100 because 100 strength, 100 resil is what you need for this build. I'm also using Becoming Radiant on melee throws because this is going to help us infinitely refresh our melee as long as it kills something when we're not using it on boss DPS. Over here I got Ember of Mercy. This is what's going to be making us fire sprites that grant restoration. Also helps me keep my stats at 100 again. And then Ember of Searing, which is defeating scorched targets, gives us melee energy back as well, feeding more into that loop, and also making fire sprites again. So very helpful. Obviously for your aspects, you got On Your Mark, knock them down. Knock them down, just make sure you're radiant before you super. That's going to help, as well as refund the melee. And then On Your Mark is kind of just a thing that's going to help us in general with, I believe, reloading. Yeah, reloading, stacking 3 times. I haven't tried it yet, but about to turn in the final Legend campaign mission reward and get those exotic boots. So I'm going to make a build on that, possibly. We shall see. But anyway, this is what we're running.
Data has a lineage, no matter how ancient
and here we go. So this is basically just me using it in normal activities. This isn't a Legend campaign, though. And as you guys can see, it'll refresh here very easily. You just nade, melee, dodge, kind of thing, you know? As you'll see here when I throw it at the Tormentor, it does heal a ton picking up an Orbital Light or a Fire Sprite, and you get to keep that healing off the Fire Sprite for 2 seconds. So it's very, very good. And then up next here, after this clip finishes, I'm going to show you guys against the Strike Boss, just so you get an idea of how I do it against the boss. So this is very quick burst DPS. You're basically just going to nade, melee, dodge, melee, nade. You also can combine this with casting your super and then DPSing like normal in a DPS phase. Very, very good damage. I recommend you guys give this build a try. It's my absolute favorite right now. So the takeaway from this is that it's got a lot of burst DPS with your abilities, a lot of uptime with your abilities, a lot of healing, and it's just all around a good solar subclass to be running. I didn't like Strand too much, even though it's great, but this is just my opinion on, you know, like what I've been running and what I will be running for this season on Hunter. I'm going to try and update my Warlock video, my Titan video accordingly, and I'll let you guys know. Those are both going to be Strand, and I'll get back to you guys on that. So as for now, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for stopping by. Consider drop a like, subscribe if you want, and I'm also on TikTok, so check me out there. Have a great day, guys, and goodbye.